So very good morning, good afternoon, distinguished colleagues and dear friends. Myself, Dr. Mohammad Akhtaruজ্জামান. I'm the Chief Medical Physicist at Evercare Hospital, Chattogram, Bangladesh. It is my great honor and privilege as the newly selected chair of the AFOMP Education and Training Committee to welcome you all to our first bi-monthly webinar. I sincerely thank AFOMP for the trust placed in me, and I look forward to working closely with all member organizations to strengthen education and training in medical physics across the Asia-Oceania region. Education and continuous professional development are the foundations of safe, highly quality care in radiation medicine. Through this webinar series, our goal is to create a dynamic platform for knowledge sharing, skill enhancement, and collaboration among medical physicists, residents, and students. We aim to address emerging technologies, clinical challenges, and innovative practices that will shape the future of our profession. I warmly encourage active participation, open discussions, and continued engagement in future sessions as well. Together, we can build a stronger, well-trained, and globally connected medical physics community in our region. And today, we have a distinguished speaker from Philippines, Mr. Ramon Carlo Lechadores. He will be sharing his experience medical physics in Philippines, bridging local practice and global standards. And the session will be moderated by Dr. Atul Mishra from India. And let me introduce our today's moderator. So Dr. Atul Mishra is an associate professor at the Department of Radiation Oncology, Radiotherapy at UPUMS Sci-Fi, India. He has awarded PhD in medical physics and postgraduate diploma in radiological physics from the prestigious Bhabha Atomic Research Center, Mumbai. He has an extensive experience. Before becoming an associate professor, he has served as an assistant professor and lecturer at the same institute. Clinical experience includes working as a health physicist at the Institute of Physics in Bhubaneswar and as a medical physicist at the Apex Hospital and Cancer Institute in Varanasi. So he has been awarded for several distinguished awards. He has received from national and international accolades, including the AROI Gold Medal in Medical Physics 2023, the AMPI Meritorious Medical Physics Award 2023, AROI Fellowship for Medical Physics Under 40 for the 2023 and 2024 terms, and the AMPI Travel Award for 2025. He has a wide range of academic contribution in the field. He has extensively published his papers, around 20 research articles and 2 reviews. His research primarily focuses on the radiation exposure, dosimetry, and advanced radiotherapy techniques such as IMRT and BMRT. So now it's over to Dr. Atul. Please conduct the session, and before introduce our speaker.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Akhtar, for my kind introduction. Hello, everyone. And warm welcome to AFOMP bi-monthly webinar for February 2026. Thank you all for joining us today from across the region. It is my absolute pleasure to serve as moderator for the today's session. We have the fantastic presentation lined up for you, so let's get right to it. Today's presentation is titled Medical Physics in the Philippines, Bridging the Local Practice with the Global Standards. It is my great honor to introduce our distinguished speaker, Mr. Ramon Carlo. He is currently serving as a professional lecturer at the Department of Physics at T. Saleh University, Manila, and a senior lecturer at University of Philippines, Manila, and health physicist grade 3 at Department of Radiology and UPPGH. His academic leadership instrumental in the development and accreditation of the master degree program in medical physics at DLSU Manila and University of Philippines, Manila. His education he is graduated from the Emeritus with the MSc in Applied Physics, major in Medical Physics from the University of St. Thomas in 2015. He previously earned his BSc in the Applied Physics from the University of San Carlo Technical Center in 2019. He is the current president of the Society of Medical Physicists of the Republic of Philippines, SMPRP, as a role he is assumed to in June 2024 after serving as vice president and public relations officer. He has several awards. His notable recognition including the Garbosa Telodo Award for Professional Service January 2025, the SMPRP Distinguished Service Award May 2024, and the SEAFOMP Young Leader Award for the Philippines in August 2023. He is specialized in radiation dosimetry and the quality assurance, and he published several research papers in the peer-reviewed research paper in the reputed national and international journals. We are very fortunate to have him share with the insight us today. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Mr. Ramon. Ramon, the digital floor is yours. I welcome you on the behalf of FOE.
Yeah, thank you for that kind introduction. Let me
Now
just share.
you can share your screen and start your presentations.
Yeah, thank you. Good day, everyone. Thank you for that kind introduction. Yes, you can call me RC. I'm known in the Philippines as RC instead of Ramon Carlo. So I'm going to present our society, the Society of Medical Physicists in the Republic of the Philippines, and how we are actually benchmarking our practices based on our participation in international projects, particularly in IAEA, or the International Atomic Energy Agency. So to give a background of our society, we are actually 206 medical physicists or registered medical physicists in the Philippines, with 181 classified as regular members. That's 88%, and 25 which we consider as associate members. Now, in terms of sex ratio, we have 5.2 out of 10 Filipino medical physicists are actually women. So in a way, we have a balance of men and women in our society. Now, who do we consider as associate and who do we consider as regular members? We define in our constitution and bylaws as associate members are Filipino graduate students or trainees in medical physics, Filipino graduates of related fields who prove their interest in medical physics by actively participating in the activities of the organization. While our regular members, we consider them with the following criteria. These are actually the Filipino practicing medical physics, persons certified by the Philippine Board of Medical Physics, persons who are regular members of the society prior to ratification of our constitution and bylaws, who have retired from their full-time work but still practicing medical physics and participate actively in in our society activities. There's actually a third member, and that's actually an honorary membership. These are actually non-medical physics professions who have greatly contributed in our society. So for now, we only have one honorary member, and that's actually Dr. C or team. But we are actually hoping that we can actually still put more honorary members, particularly on the side of UP Manila and DLSU Manila, who greatly contributed in the putting up with the new medical physics graduate program in our country. Now, among the 206, in terms of the field of specialization, we have diagnostic radiology medical physics, we have nuclear medicine medical physics, and we also have radiation oncology medical physics, and we also have members who are working in the academe, regulatory agencies, and industry partners. So I'm going to um, delineate what are our distribution in terms of these areas of specializations. So you can already see here that in our ROMP, we have 56.8%. For the academe, regulatory agencies, and industry partners, that's actually 26.2%. And our diagnostic radiology medical physics, that's around 13%, while nuclear medicine, that's around 3.9%. Now, if we're going to dig deeper, ROM has 117 medical physicists practicing, and currently in our country, we have 54 radiation therapy facilities with 65 linear accelerators and 34 brachytherapy machines. Now, if we were to check or get the ratio of facilities per 1 million Filipinos, that's only 0.46. While if we're going to get the ratio of practicing medical physicists in radiation oncology per 1 million Filipinos, that's around 0.98 only. As for the diagnostic radiology, we only have 27 practicing medical physicists in this area of specialization. Currently, this census is actually taken in the 2025. We actually have diagnostic and interventional facilities around 3,930 across the Philippines, with 178 MRI machines and 52 mammography machines. And if we're going to get the ratio of facilities per 1 million Filipinos, that's 33.3, while the practicing medical physicist in diagnostic radiology per 1 million Filipinos, that's around 0.22. In nuclear medicine, we're only 8. I'm one of them, and we're around 4% only. And currently, we only have 65 nuclear medicine facilities across the country, with 16 PET-CT machines and 4 cyclotron machines. And in terms of facility ratio, that's 0.55. And in terms of nuclear medicine medical physicists per 1 million Filipinos, that's 0.07 only. Now, in terms of our organizational structure, we do have a board of trustees. And under the board of trustees is actually our executive committee. That's actually the president, vice president, until to the public relations officer. And of course, we also have the Philippine Board of Medical Physics, which governs our certification examination in our country. So we actually have 3 sections, but currently we only have 2 who are which are actually active. We have the section of radiation oncology medical physics, section of diagnostic radiology medical physics, and section of nuclear medicine medical physics. Now, under the executive committee, we also have other subcommittees. So we have for Constitution and Bylaws and Ethics Committee, Public Relations Committee. We also have Membership and Organizational Structure Committee. We have the Training and Development Committee, the Scientific Committee, Accreditation and Awards Committee, and Regulatory Affairs Committee. Currently, this is actually the Executive Committee. We will end our term this year. Currently, I'm the president, and the incoming president will be the vice president, Jay Inamarga. And my secretary for this term is Nikitita Magdaong, and the treasurer is Danilo Yambao, with the auditor, Janet Martinez. As for the committee heads, we have the Constitution and Bylaws Committee and Constitution and Bylaws and Ethics Committee, Adrian Caraan. And we also have all the other committee heads, particularly for our Training and Development Committee, Vincent Dalin, and for the Scientific Committee, Juzel Ian Zerudo. And we have the Membership and Organizational Committee, we have Danilo Yambao, and we have the Accreditation and Awards Committee, Elric Onesencio, and we have the Regulatory Affairs Committee, Jay Inamarga, and we have the Board of Trustee, Ariel Molenio. Now, in terms of regulatory recognition in our country, we do have policies policies from our regulatory agencies recognizing medical physicists in the different fields already. So for radiation oncology, we do have these lists of policies requiring or stating that there is a need for medical physicists in each facilities. For FDA, or that's actually the Food and Drug Administration Administrative Order 31 of 2013, that's actually for our external beam radiation therapy. And for CPR Part 12, that's the Philippine Nuclear Research Institute. That's actually for our brachytherapy staffing pattern for medical physicists. And of course, we also have for CPR Part 14, that's also for our brachytherapy. Now, for diagnostic radiology, we have the Food and Drug Administration AO31. And for our nuclear medicine, that's including our PET-CT, that's CPR Part 13. And of course, we have the recent one, which is actually the PNRI Bulletin Number 2021-02. Now, let's dig deeper on the details of these policies or of these administrative orders. Now, this is actually for ROMP, FDA AO31 stating already the number of medical physicists needed in certain levels, and at the same time, the number of machines that they have in the radiation facility. And for the diagnostic radiology, that's actually stated in FDA AO35, series of 1994, that for every level 3 and specialized facilities, there is a need for a medical physicist. Now, for the nuclear medicine medical physicist, that's actually stated in our PNRI Regulatory Bulletin Number 2021-02. And that's actually based on a staffing pattern calculation based on the equipment and at the same time based on the patient on that given nuclear medicine facility. Now, we are very active in our participation in the international RAS projects or program of the International Atomic Agency, Energy Agency. So we first joined in the IAEA RAS 6003, that was in 2003, and recently we have the IAEA RAS 6109. So these are actually the RAS program wherein we're able to check whether we are actually at par with the practices in our neighboring countries as well as in the ASEAN and in the ocean, the Asia and Oceania region as well. Now, because of these RAS projects, we were able to delineate major pathways in medical physics in our country. So first, we need to have an undergraduate, and of course, we are going to take a graduate course. And then after graduate course, we will have the residency and then the certification examination. Now, for the undergraduate course, we actually based that one on the CMO. That's actually from the Commission on Higher Education, particularly for the physics and applied physics. But we know for a fact that in the graduate program, particularly for the medical physics graduate program, our feeder programs are not only physics and applied physics, but we are also having education courses majoring in physics as well as engineering courses with a level of degree of math as well as physics, wherein we can actually take them as medical physics graduate courses. But I'm going to take a focus on our feeder programs, particularly the physics and applied physics programs in the Philippines. So currently in the Philippines, as of 2025-2026, we have 2,378 higher education institutions in the Philippines, wherein under these around these 2,000 HEIs, there are actually 1,084 programs under the natural sciences, mathematics, and statistics. Now, under these, or among the 1,084, we have only 22 physics and applied physics programs or bachelor programs in the Philippines. And these are actually the academic institutions offering these programs in our country. So we have the UP. We have 4 UP constituent universities offering this one. We have UP Manila, UP Diliman, we have UP Baguio, and UP Los Baños. And we also have De La Salle University, Ateneo de Manila University, and we have University of Santo Tomas. And my undergraduate program, where I finished, that's University of San Carlos. We also have the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. We have Silliman University. We have Mindanao State University Iligan Institute of Technology. We have University of University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, and we have Central Mindanao University, and we have Visayas State University, and we have Mindanao State University Marawi campus, the main campus of MSU, and we have Caraga State University of the Philippines. Now, as mentioned, these are our feeder programs in our graduate courses. So we follow the IATCS 56 as our Bible in opening a medical physics graduate program in the Philippines. So currently we have 3, and these are the University of Santo Tomas, the oldest one, and that's where I finished my graduate in medical physics. And that's we started in 1981, and the program is named as MS in Applied Physics, major in Medical Physics. Now, under which are actually the requirements if you would want to enroll in the University of Santo Tomas program. Now, in 2023, we have University of the Philippines, Manila, and the name of the program is Masters of Science in Applied Physics, major in Medical Physics. And under that one, we have the requirements in order for us to enroll in this graduate program in UP Manila. And in 2025, this is the newest program in the Philippines. We have De La Salle University Manila, and it's the same name. That's Master of Science in Applied Physics, major in Medical Physics, and they only have one requirement for you to enroll in their program. That's actually a graduate of Applied or BS Physics for their program. So currently, these are the number of graduate students that we have from 2020 academic year 2023-2024, and for the current academic year 2025-2026. For UST, we have 24, and then we have 28 in 2024 and 2025, and 2025-2026, they have 11. Now, for UP Manila, our first number of students, we have 8. We have 5 full-time and 3 part-time. And in the 2024-2025, we have 13. And 2025-2026, we have 13. For DLSU, their first batch, they have 6. And for the second batch, they have 10 graduate students. So in a way, we are actually increasing already the production of medical physics in the Philippines through these new medical physics graduate program offered by the 2 other institutions already. Now, if we were to compare the academic curriculum of these 3 universities from the IAEA TCS 56, these are actually the courses offered from each university. So we have the core courses: radiation physics, radiation dosimetry, radiation protection and safety. We have radiobiology, anatomy and physiology for medical physics, physics of diagnostic radiology and interventional radiology, physics of nuclear medicine, physics of radiation oncology, and medical imaging fundamentals. All other courses below are actually already their flavor of each academic institutions already. So we do have for DLSU, and we do also have for UST and UP Manila. Now, if we were to look at the map of the Philippines, all of these academic institutions are actually located in the capital region. So that's actually there. Now, we are hoping that we can actually open up an academic program in medical physics, which is outside of Metro Manila, and we are aiming and hopefully this will actually push through. This is actually in the Mindanao State University Iligan Institute of Technology. So we were able to talk with them. The last time that we were able to talk with them was in 2021. So we're still trying to make a follow-up if what is already the status of their proposal in opening a medical physics graduate program in their academic institution. Now, how do we fare as a society? So we are actually very active in making memorandum of understanding among academic institutions so that we'll be able to address the needs, especially for the graduate students. So this is actually one. This happened in 2024. This is actually the signing of memorandum of understanding between our society and the University of the Philippines, Manila. This is actually the aim of this memorandum of understanding is to strengthen the collaboration and mutual support between the society and the academic, particularly for UP Manila. This is also to promote academic excellence. So there is already a knowledge exchange among the practicing medical physicists who are members of the society, and at the same time, we actively involve the graduate students of UP Manila in our society activities. This is not only in UP Manila, but this is also true to our UST graduate students as well as the DLSU graduate students. One of the other objectives of this memorandum of understanding is actually to foster expertise in medical physics practice, as well as produce more medical physicists in the country. So this was actually attended by the Chancellor of UP Manila, Chancellor Michael T., and the department chair, Ma'am Joji De Luna, and the current president. The president at the time was Melanie Marquez, and I was the vice president at the time when this MOU was done. Now, once you finish your graduate studies, once you finish your medical physics graduate studies in the Philippines, then you are already qualified to take the residency program. Now, the residency program in the Philippines is actually based on these IAEA documents. That's actually for the 37 for radiation oncology medical physics, 47 for diagnostic radiology medical physics, and 50 that's actually soon. That's actually for nuclear medicine medical physics. Now, we actually created our local version of these guidelines set by IAEA. And this is actually a board resolution that was done in 2023. We named it as the Guidelines on the Conduct of Medical Physics Residency Program, but solely this is actually based on those three IAEA TCS documents. Now, our structure for the residency the medical physics clinical residency program is given by these structures. So we have a national responsibility authority. We also have a national steering committee, which actually oversees the residency training program. And we have the RCA. So these are actually the IAEA programs or projects. So if there are any RAS programs, then we are going to include our residency program there. If there is none, then our residency program will independently work or function. So we have, in this structure, we have a national program coordinator, and currently our national program coordinator is Dan Joseph Manlapas. And we also have external coordinators that's actually coming from the RCA or the IAEA already. And of course, soon we will have external reviewers to check whether we are at par in terms of our in terms of implementing our residency or clinical residency program. And under the NPC, we have the training officers for ROMP, DRIMP, and nuclear medicine. And then we have the residency training, we have the residents, and the clinical supervisor. Now, this is an example timeline of a 3-year residency program. So before we had a 2-year residency program, but we were able to find out that a 2-year residency program um, uh, is a very short time to complete or to finish all the necessary practical skills needed for a clinical medical physicist. So that's the reason why we decided to have a 3-year residency program already. So this is for ROM, and there's also for DRIMP as well as in NIMP also. So currently we have three in 2024, we have 3 DRIMP residents, and we have originally 16, but now there are only 8. The reason why there's actually a high attrition of residents in the residency program, it's actually because of the workload of the medical physicist here in the Philippines. Now, in 2025, we're able to take in 5 in DRIMP and 3 in radiation oncology. We will be able to start, or we will be starting our nuclear medicine medical physics residency program hopefully this year, given that we have actually a local IAA project numbered 2023-003. Now, there are also practicing medical physicists who are not yet or who are not done in the residency program or in residency training, or they weren't able to join the residency program. So there are also some residents who resigned or who did not finish their residency training under different RAS programs, and we are able to actually create a flow chart on how we're going to handle all of these applicants already. So we do have an option of a self-directed learning, provided that they meet the number of clinical years of experience so that we can consider them as self-directed learning medical physicists. And we will be endorsing them for completion, either completion in the residency or directly for certification examination. So after residency training, the next will be certification examination. So we are following this IA document. This is actually the TCS 71 already. So this is the first certification examination that happened in the Philippines. We have Dr. Brendan Healy, who conducted the practical examination for radiation oncology medical physics in 2010. So in this picture, we have Mr. Jonathan Corpus and Mr. Teofilo Hermoso. So we will go back to Mr. Jonathan Corpus because you will be able to see his role actually ascended in our residency and certification examination. So with this one, after the first certification examination, we were able to create the Board of Radiation Oncology Medical Physics. So this was the first, this was actually the oath taking of the Board of Radiation Oncology Medical Physics before, this was actually done by Dr. Celia Anatalio. We recognized her as the mother of medical physics in the Philippines. And on this picture, she was actually assisted on the rightmost side, Professor Agnet Peralta. Well, I consider her as my mother in medical physics. So at that time, she was actually the director of the Center for Device Regulation, Radiation Health and Research of the Food and Drug Administration. Now, from left to right, we have the chair, Engineer Monica Bacaling, and we also have Sir J.C. Rojales, and we also have a member Jonathan Corpus, and we have Norberto Abella Jr. Now, this is the recent board certification examination for ROM. This time, it's the one who conducted is Mr. Jonathan Corpus, and my classmate here in the graduate program in UST, Stellar Cabrera was the one being examined in this certification examination in 2024. So there's already a full circle for Sir Jojo in this manner. Now, after the certification examination, we usually have, as a tradition, we have an oath taking of the newly board certified medical physicist. Now, in this particular picture we have for ROMs, this was actually the newly board certified ROMs, Gregorio Martin Guevara and Renee Eleanor Angeles, took their oath before the outgoing chair, Engineer Monica Bacaling, last June 2025. And this was actually witnessed by the incoming chair, Mr. Jonathan Corpus. Now, this is already the transition of the Philippine Board of Medical Physics. As mentioned, we have the outgoing chair, Engineer Monica Bacaling, and we have a new board member of the Radiation Oncology Medical Physics. That's Miss Maureen Bojador. Currently, this is the composition of our board. For the section of Radiation Oncology Medical Physics, we have Mr. Jonathan Corpus as our chair, and the members are Sir J.C. Rojales, Norberto Abella, and the new one is Miss Maureen Bojador. And for the section of Diagnostic Radiology Medical Physics, we have the chair, Vincent Dalin, and the members are Miss Julie Cruz, we have Melanie Marquez, Augusto Morales Jr., and Miss Crisa Maanyo. Now, currently, we have these numbers of certified medical physicists in the Philippines. Under RAS 60038, we have 13 ROMs we're able to produce under that RAS program. For local certifications in 2012 and 2015, we're able to produce 3 and 4 respectively. And for RAS 6077, we're able to produce 20 in diagnostic radiology medical physics. They were able to have their first certification examination in 2017 under Dr. Don McLean. And under 60077, we have 6 ROMs. So a total of 20 board certified DRIM and board certified ROM, we have 26. Now, how do we fare in terms of our relationships among other professional organizations? We're actually we have good relationships with our professional organizations, with other professional organizations, particularly professional organizations relating to radiation medicine. So this is actually a historic event in the Philippines, particularly in the radiation healthcare community, because we're able to sign a joint declaration on patient safety and professional ethics in medical radiological practices. So this was actually presented by different professional organizations, particularly the Philippine College of Radiology, represented by the president, Dr. James De Los Santos. And we also have the Philippine Radiation Oncology Society, represented by the president, Dr. Maria Teresa Julieta Benedicto. And for the Philippine Society of Nuclear Medicine, represented by their president also, Dr. Michelle Ogbak. And for the Philippine Society of Nuclear Medicine Technologists, that was actually this was actually represented by their president, Mr. J.M. Medina. And lastly, we have the Philippine Association of Radiologic Technologists. They were actually represented by their treasurer at that time. So this actually happened in our PCMP 2025 last year. Now, our regular activities in our society, we do have the International Day of Medical Physics every November 7, and we also celebrate the International Week of Medical Physics. That's every second quarter of the year. So we might be joining this celebration this time with AFOMP this year. And of course, we have our Philippine Conference on Medical Physics. We usually celebrate that one every second quarter of the year as well. Now, for this year, I'm going to we were able to start our Philippine Conference on Medical Physics in 2020. This is actually the brainchild of the past president, Delmar Arzabal. So he was actually the initiator of the Philippine Conference of Medical Physics. And of course, we started that one in 2020, and we had two editions of PCMP, which we held online due to pandemic. That's in 2021 and 2022, and we were able to start again with our in-person conferences in 2023, 2024, and 2025. Okay. And this is our group picture from the first PCMP 2020. This was actually in Pasay. And in 2025, this is in Manila. So we're actually becoming bigger in terms of community here in the Philippines. And hopefully we can still increase this number. So to end my talk today, I am inviting you with the CCOMP, or that's the Southeast Asian Congress on Medical Physics, the 24th CCOMP, and the 7th Philippine Conference on Medical Physics will actually be held on June 11 to 13, 2026 at the Manila Hotel. And I am inviting you, everyone, to join us in our conference this year. And this is our logo. If you can actually see this one, this is actually a Bremsstrahlung. And of course, the spikes there are actually the historic places or buildings in Manila. So we actually have the Manila Tower, the clock tower, and of course the Intramuros part also. And of course the Rizal part. Okay, so for further details of CCOMP, or the 24th CCOMP and 7th PCMP, you can visit our website. That's smprp.org/CCOMP-2026. Now, as the outgoing president of SMPRP, I am very thankful to our elders, particularly Professor Agnet Peralta, Professor Lilian Rodriguez, Professor Nathaniel De Vera, and Professor Bayani San Juan, Professor Marlon Texon. They have been a great support in how we make sure that we are strengthening the medical physics community in the Philippines. And at the same time, we are actually in the right direction in promoting medical physics in the Philippines. And at the same time, we are very thankful for them that they have paved the way in helping us build of what we have right now, especially that we are already a growing community in our country. Now, to end this one, as mentioned, I am inviting you to our 24th Southeast Asian Congress on Medical Physics and the 7th Philippine Conference on Medical Physics. That will be on June 2026. And that's it for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raman. Any question from the audience?
No, Atul, you can go through the chat box if there is any questions, because we are not allowing to speak the participants.
I can see there is no question in chat box.
Okay, so Mr. Ramon, can you please, stop your sharing?
One question. Pardon. Hello.
Yeah, please.
Mr. Raman, one question for you. Is there a short-term training in planning QA and radiation safety for the newly graduate?
That's a good
Krishna.
question. Yeah. We do have our society is actually initiating workshops relating to these specific needs in our clinical practice. So we do have some industry partners who actually partners with us in terms of giving a short um, workshop on treatment planning. It actually depends on which treatment planning will I mean which brand of machine who will be partnering with us. So usually it's Varian and Electa in our case. So we have some trainings in Monaco, and we also have some trainings in Eclipse also. Now, as for radiation safety, uh, um, we're trying to actually establish this one. I'm sure Professor Peralta is here, but um, she actually mentioned that we need to have a knowledge exchange lecture series regarding this one for radiation safety. The reason why it's not yet established because um, some regulatory agencies are actually offering radiation safety workshops. But with that, with the recommendation of our elders, we will actually have our own radiation safety knowledge exchange lecture series on this one so that we'll also um, get a benchmark of our best practices in the clinical setting with our graduate students or with the newly graduated medical physics students.
Mr. Bhatt, I hope you got your answer. Next question from Sama Al Sekmi. Do you have any protocol for students for researcher knowledge exchange overseas?
That's a good question. Now, I will talk on behalf of UP Manila as well as DLSU because I'm currently affiliated with them. Um, we follow the institutional or the academic institutions policies of admitting international students. So in UP Manila, we do have certain requirements that we need to follow apart from the requirements set in the medical physics graduate program. So the Philippines is actually very open to overseas or international students. It's just so happened that there are few international scholarships here in the Philippines compared to our ASEAN neighboring countries that they have. They actually offer international scholarships. So in our case, we do admit international students provided that they will be able to sustain their graduate finances or graduate study finances.
His or her second question is, I would like to offer university cooperation with my institution.
Oh, that's great. UP Manila as well as the DLSU and even UST, we're actually open to um, forging memorandum of understanding with international academic institutions. Example for UP Manila, we do have memorandum of understanding with Chulaborn Royal Academy in Bangkok, Thailand. So we do exchange if there are workshops or activities in Royal Chulaborn Academy, they usually invite our students. And if there are some students in UP Manila who needs um, resources in the research, we can actually tap Royal Chulaborn Academy, given that there should be one academic faculty there who will be who will stand as an advisor or a research advisor. So we do have that partnership already with that one. So we are actually open to such things also.
Okay, thank you. Next question from Mr. Rafael. What are the available scholarship program for the master degree?
Well, in as mentioned for international students, unfortunately, our government is not offering international scholarships. But for domestic, we do have the OST scholarship for our local for Filipinos who are interested in enrolling the medical physics program. So in the case of UP Manila, almost 80% of our graduate students are actually the government scholars. That's also true with the De La Salle University. De La Salle University, I think 80% of their graduate students also, or our graduate students are also government scholars. We will try to check with our with our national government if they usually offer international scholarships, especially that we are already at the stage of the term internationalization. And of course, if we want to have this internationalization of our academic institutions, then we need to have more, we need to be more, I mean, we need to be more engaging and at the same time open to international students, like providing scholarships or perhaps I'm not sure if they can actually provide such, but hopefully we can actually push for that one.
Next, from the Mr. Sama, he is asking about the ready to participate any coming event, online or PhD thesis external supervisor.
Yeah, uh, thank you for that one. And yeah, we that's one of our challenges right now, since most of our faculty pool, particularly in the three graduate programs, um, we are all practicing medical physicists, and our level of education are all most are actually masters. Currently, we have one PhD who just completed his doctoral studies or doctorate studies in Australia. He went back here in the Philippines last year, so we only have one, but hopefully we can still have two more. One who will be finishing her doctorate studies in Malaysia, and the other one is in Thailand. So once we will have three, then we'll have more faculty profile who have PhD level of credential. And right now, yes, we are actually open to um, um, such arrangement that we can actually also tap adjunct professors from abroad to teach online our graduate program.
Okay, thank you. I think no more question from chat box. Now, thank you very much, Mr. Raman. I am hand over the mic to Dr. Akhtar.
So thank you so much, Mr. Ramon and Dr. Atul. It was really exciting and it's a good information for the people who are searching for the academic degrees. And once again, thank you for your nice time. And I would like to invite all of you for the next AFOMP schools that will be held on 28th of March. That will be 6:30 to 9:30 a.m. This is a AFOMP school is normally with the 3 speakers, and it is a lengthy one. So I would like to welcome you all. And once again, thank you our speakers and moderators and of course the audience. Hope to see you in the next webinar.